The technology that powers literally everything, from your favorite app to the entire global financial system, it's never really finished. It's always being tweaked, improved, and sometimes completely rebuilt. And for the companies behind it all, this isn't just about chasing the latest trend, it's about survival. It's about staying ahead of the game. So that brings up a huge question, right? How do these massive, incredibly complex organizations manage this constant change without the whole system just grinding to a halt? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how they pull it off. So it all starts right here. You see, maintaining these enormous IT systems isn't just about fixing things when they break. No, it's a nonstop process of keeping them efficient, super secure, and perfectly aligned with what the business actually needs at any given moment. Now, this whole complicated process, it really boils down to just three fundamental activities: upgrading, migrating, and optimizing. Let's dig into that first one. First up, we've got the upgrade. This is pretty much what it sounds like. You're improving what you already have. This could be a hardware thing, like slotting more memory into a server so it can handle more web traffic, or it could be a software upgrade, like moving to the latest and greatest operating system to get way better security. The best way to think about it is your smartphone. When you get that notification to update your OS, you do it, and suddenly you've got new features, things run a little faster, and most importantly, you're patched against security threats. It's that exact same idea, just scaled up to systems that serve millions of people. Next up is migration. This is the big move. It's the process of taking your digital assets, we're talking data, applications, sometimes entire systems, and moving them from one place to another. The classic example you see all the time is a company moving its whole operation from its own private servers over to a cloud provider, like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. Honestly, it's just like moving to a new house. You've got to pack everything up carefully, transport it all safely, and pray that nothing gets lost or broken along the way. With the data migration, the stakes are just as high. You absolutely have to make sure the data stays intact and that you have as little downtime as humanly possible. And finally, we have optimization. This one is really the art of fine-tuning. It's not about these huge, sweeping changes. Instead, it's all about making small, really intelligent adjustments to squeeze every last drop of performance out of the setup you already have. This could be as simple as rewriting a clunky database query that's slowing things down, or reconfiguring a server so it stops wasting precious memory. This is a perfect analogy. It's like getting a regular tune-up for your car. You don't wait for the engine to seize up on the highway, right? You do routine maintenance to keep it running at its best. IT optimization is that exact same kind of proactive care, and it's all designed to stop problems before they start and keep the whole system humming along. So while these ideas, upgrade, migrate, optimize, sound pretty straightforward, actually doing them inside a huge company is a really high-stakes game. I mean, when you're messing with systems that handle millions of transactions a day, the risks are just enormous. Think about it. Just a few minutes of system downtime can cost a company millions of dollars. Data loss or corruption? That can be completely catastrophic. A badly planned upgrade could accidentally create new performance bottlenecks that slow everything down. Misconfigured systems can waste a fortune on resources that nobody is even using. And layered on top of all of that, there's always the chance of simple human error. So how on earth do you manage all those risks? Well, you fight complexity with intelligence. Today's IT leaders are relying on a really sophisticated toolkit of automated, AI-driven solutions that are designed to take the guesswork and a lot of the risk right out of the equation. And this really represents a total shift in mindset. Instead of people manually reacting to problems after they happen, the goal now is to use automation and artificial intelligence to proactively and even predictively manage the entire IT environment. In short, it's about letting the machines do the heavy lifting. So let's look at how this actually works. For example, some platforms use AI to do predictive analytics. They can actually spot issues before they cause a system to fail. Others focus on automating those routine but super critical tasks, like firmware updates, which drastically reduces human error. And some tools even use cloud data to automatically scale resources up or down as needed. But the real magic is how all these different tools work together, creating this intelligent, almost self-managing ecosystem. Okay, so what about those really risky migrations we talked about? Modern storage tech makes something called a zero downtime migration possible. Here's how it works. It's pretty cool. First, the system takes a snapshot, a perfect copy, of the live data without interrupting anything. Then it keeps that copy perfectly synchronized with any new changes coming in. And finally, when you're ready, you just flip a switch, and the new system takes over instantly, with absolutely zero disruption to the business. It's seamless. Now, when we talk about optimization, the results can be just staggering. Get this, some modern platforms, using automated tricks like data deduplication and compression, can cut the amount of storage a company needs by up to 90%. 90! That is a massive saving in both cost and complexity. So, when you put all of this together, the AI, the automation, these seamless processes, you realize it's about so much more than just managing today's systems. It's really about building an IT environment that's ready for whatever the future throws at it. This really drives home that fundamental shift in thinking. We're moving away from a world of manual, reactive, high-risk fixes and into a new world that is automated, predictive, and incredibly resilient. We're building systems that can actually anticipate and adapt to change on their own. As one source puts it, these enhancements aren't just about managing things cost-effectively. They're about future-proofing your entire IT environment. This isn't just about saving a few bucks today. No, it's about making sure your organization has the technological backbone it needs to adapt, to innovate, and to thrive for years and years to come. Look, technology is never going to stop changing. That's a given. So the real question we have to ask ourselves is whether our strategies for managing that change are keeping pace. Because in today's world, standing still is the fastest way to get left behind.